with the latest updates and insights on world news as it relates to Bible prophecy. Here's Alan Horvath. This is what the LameStream Media is not telling you.
Shalom, my friends. Welcome to this week's newscast. You know, everyone always asks, where is America in Bible prophecy? And I always say America, being the big dog on the block for some 200 years, doesn't really count for much when we stop and look at the Earth's political history over its 6,000 years. It's no longer much of a wonder as to why America is not seen in Bible prophecy. As the prophecies seen in Isaiah 17, Psalm 83, and Ezekiel 38 are transforming right before our eyes from foggy black and white mental images to full technicolor presentations in today's news. Barack Hussein Obama has done and continues to do as much as any human could possibly do to take America down. And at this point in time, after 7 short years, weakening relationships with our allies and strengthening the abilities of our enemies, including making an agreement with Iran, who wants to destroy America, he has done just that. America is now far from being the big dog on the block anymore. Last Tuesday, the Iran nuke deal was agreed upon. Iran and 6 nations led by the U.S. reached an accord on July 14th to limit Tehran's nuclear capability in return for lifting international oil and financial sanctions, creating a situation that directly threatens the security of Israel and the United States of America and pretty much everyone else on the planet. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said, quote, "When you are willing to make an agreement at any cost, this is the result. From the initial reports, we can already conclude that this agreement is an historic mistake for the world. Iran will receive hundreds of billions of dollars with which it can fuel its terror machine and its expansion and aggression throughout the Middle East and across the globe." He added, "They've gambled that in 10 years' time, Iran's terrorist regime will change while removing any incentive for it to do so. In fact, the deal gives Iran every incentive not to change." Close quote. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, has not given up on his goal of possessing nuclear weapons. Therefore, Israel has no intention of forfeiting its capability to launch an assault on the Iranian nuclear program. From Israel's point of view, the agreement puts the military option back on the table and increases its urgency. This silly deal does at least 2 things to emphasize the fulfillment of Elohim's prophecy in Ezekiel 38. First, it strengthens the relationship between Russia and Iran in a very big way. And secondly, it strengthens the relationship between Israel and Saudi Arabia in equally astonishing ways. Iran is now renewing the flow of money to Palestinian terror groups in Gaza, precisely because the new accord with the West has given it the confidence to do so. Iran emerges from this accord strengthened, stable, and with endless resources that will be directed to weaken Egypt, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, the Gulf states, and Israel by every means possible. Turning to wars and rumors of wars, on Tuesday, July 14th, it was reported that 23-year-old Alexander Chikolo was arrested on July 4th after making preparations to launch a terrorist attack targeting a college cafeteria in Massachusetts. Drawing inspiration from the Boston Marathon bombing, Chikolo said he wanted to use pressure cookers packed with shrapnel to attack a university in the Northeast. After his arrest, he was taken to a local correctional facility and given a routine medical screening. During the exam, he grabbed a pen and stabbed the nurse in the head. Many Iranians rushed onto the streets of Tehran on Tuesday to celebrate what they see as a great victory, as officials in Jerusalem warned that the agreement will preserve Iran's nuclear capabilities while making effective supervision very difficult. Then on Wednesday, July 15th, Haaretz reported that an Israeli soldier was stabbed in the back by a Palestinian woman while standing by a guard tower northwest of Ramallah. During questioning, Rowan Abu Matar, 22 years old, admitted that she intended to kill a soldier. On Thursday, July 16th, a rocket was launched from Gaza toward Israel early in the morning, causing rocket alert sirens to sound near Ashkelon and in Gaza border communities. The Israel Air Force then struck terrorist infrastructure in the Gaza Strip in response. The IDF said that Hamas was responsible for the attack. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights reported that Islamic State militants punished at least 94 people, including 5 teenagers, for not fasting during the Muslim month of Ramadan. The people were flogged, hung up by their arms crucifixion style, or put in metal cages in Raqqa, Aleppo, and Deir el-Zor provinces. An Egyptian naval vessel in the eastern Mediterranean was attacked by fighters affiliated with the Islamic State in the Sinai Peninsula. A witness in Gaza told AFP that the boat was struck at least 3 kilometers from the shore. Quote, "We were sitting on the beach and suddenly there was an explosion," close quote, said Ahmed Nofal. Other Navy boats came to rescue the crew as their vessels spewed smoke. Islam expressed itself in America on Thursday when Mohammed Yusuf Abdulaziz opened fire with an AK-47 style weapon in Chattanooga, Tennessee, spraying a hail of bullets at the glass doors of a military recruiting center in a strip mall, killing 4 Marines. Mohammed was born in Kuwait to a conservative Muslim family, moved to the United States as an infant, and became a U.S. citizen. Also, a terrorist plot in France was foiled, where a terrorist plot to capture and decapitate a member of its armed forces at a military base was halted. On Saturday, July 18th, more than 100 people were killed in a suicide car bombing by ISIS at a busy market in the mainly Shiite town of Khan Bani Saad, some 30 kilometers northeast of Baghdad. In a viciously anti-U.S. speech on Saturday, Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah al-Khamenei, praised, quote, "the slogans of the people of Iran. You heard death to Israel, death to the U.S. We ask Almighty Allah to accept these prayers by the people of Iran." Close quote. Then on Monday, July 20th, 3 soldiers were killed and 4 were injured after a mortar launched by militants landed at a security checkpoint in Sheikh Zayed, North Sinai. Egypt's armed forces released 2 separate press releases which stated that 45 terrorists had been eliminated and others arrested. According to the press releases, the military had engaged multiple targets in the North Sinai. Hundreds of Palestinians in Gaza, all members of Hamas, are continuing to build new attack tunnels to reach Israel in the next war through smuggling tunnels to Sinai. and Hamas is putting an enormous amount of effort, personnel, and money into digging with heavy engineering equipment. Israel has discovered that material vital to the tunnel industry, as well as material for rocket manufacture, is being smuggled from Israel into Gaza through the Kerem Shalom border crossing. Recent seizures at Kerem Shalom uncovered enough rocket fuel for 4,480 20-kilometer range rockets. The fuel had been concealed in bags containing a different material. Also seized was 1 ton of solidifying material, an ingredient used in rocket production, enough for 50 80-kilometer range rockets. It continues to escalate, my friends, and now Iran is able to move faster at getting the nuclear arsenal it's been yearning for. Hold on to your hats. And that, my friends, is what the LameStream Media is not telling you. Abba willing, I'll see you here again next week. Until then, stay safe. Shalom.
Make sure you hit that like button on YouTube, Facebook, or anywhere else you see it. You can share this video with all your favorite networks by clicking the share button below this video. For weekly insightful newscasts by Alan, make sure you click that YouTube subscribe button.
I don't like crowded rooms, I need more space than I consume. Enough is time alone with you, underneath a naked moon, sharing confidential moods and making chatter. Mockingbird nocturnal sings notations of eternal things, entering the quantum breeze, flying not for want of wings. He lights his gaze on you and me, simply because we matter.